At first, they appear only out of the corner of your eye, furtively darting out of view when you turn to look straight at them, but are gone now. Did you really see them? Shaking the image out of your head, you assume that it was some peculiar anomaly of your eyesight. However, the feeling still lingers that someone continues to watch you, for weeks, months, or years. The fast, dark movements in your peripheral vision are dismissed until it finally happens without warning. You see the shadow directly in front of you, face to face, blacker than black, darker than dark, like a void that has been punched into the inky fabric of the night itself.
Hello.
Oh shit, hi. Yeah, whoa.
Starting the podcast now, Jacob.
All right, cool.
This is episode 20 of Counting Cryptids.
It is. I'm Jacob.
I'm Connor. We're your legendary hosts.
I'm really uncomfortable with that.
The fans,
the
fans are all about it.
Self-proclaimed Huguenot.
What do you call it when somebody else proclaims you're something? Proclaimed? You just leave out the self, maybe?
This is
proclaimed legends. Jacob and Connor here.
I don't know. I'm stumped, and I don't like where this is going. Let's just.
How we all doing today?
Let's move on. They can't answer back, but hi.
Episode 20. Shadow People.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit different. I guess
it's more like
every episode
stories.
is a little different.
We don't really focus on.
Well, we have
traits.
somebody else on the episode as well.
We do. Yes, this is a first for us. So.
But also,
bear
again,
with us.
Like, it's October, so we're doing that. Like, hey, we're gonna do a Halloween episode thing. So, hey, it's a Halloween episode thing.
Prepare to be spooked. Before we get to our shadow people and our guest today, I do want to take care of a couple of things. Two things.
Okay.
So we're on Facebook.
Yes.
We're on Twitter.
Is that facebook.com/Counting Cryptids?
Correct.
And twitter.com/CountCryptid.
At Count Cryptid, but
well, I mean,
you'll find
no.
it.
You don't
URL.
use the at.
Don't use that in the URL. Don't type that
URL.
in. If you're on Twitter,
Twiddle.
It's a great name for an app.
No, I don't think so.
At Count Cryptid, if you're gonna tag us and shit, do that. But we also just today, I made an Instagram page. There was some people. Brandy sparked it with no Instagram, and I was like, I don't really want to do that. But I put up a poll. The majority of the votes were for Instagram, so I did it. There's a few pictures up there from the Vanmeter Visitor Fest that I also posted on Facebook. Check those out. Interesting pictures. We got the picture of the print,
the plaster cast.
The plaster cast. That's the name of the thing. Some other things, some posters that we.
So what's that? What's that Instagram at?
It's at Counting Cryptids.
Wow,
so
how convenient!
Check that out. I also am posting a picture now of Jacob recording this episode.
Bet you read me the iTunes reviews that the people left us.
We've got 6 reviews now. I want to point that out. There's 12 ratings. That means some of you turds out there did not leave a review with your rating. You gotta do both. Also, if you haven't left a review, I know people listening to this haven't done any of those. Do both of those. And leave a Facebook review. Do it all.
Please.
Yeah, please. I'm getting a little aggressive with our listeners.
All right, calm down.
Okay.
So on the note of this iTunes review,
I actually don't see it.
Oh, Christ.
Okay, no, I got it. Okay, on September 28th, so mere couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Blossom Branch left a solid 5-star review.
Solid.
Thank you, Blossom Branch. She wrote, or he wrote. I'm not gonna.
Blossom Branch wrote.
Blossom Branch wrote. The iTunes reviewer Blossom Branch
wrote.
As a person fascinated by cryptids, this has become one of my favorite podcasts. It's hilarious, and I look forward to it every 2 weeks. She's right about one thing. It happens every 2 weeks.
They're right about one thing. Hey, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, thank you for that.
Warms my heart.
It
like the fireplace in your living room.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of pressure on me now that you told me that it's one of your favorites.
One of their favorites.
That's a lot of pressure that you're putting on me. But thank you for the review.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
It does make me want to do a better podcast.
Weirds me out. Yeah, I feel like I've let you down a lot.
I am sorry if this becomes not your favorite podcast. All right, so as we said very long ago, which was probably only like a minute and a half ago, we are covering the shadow people today.
Shadow people.
Shadow people.
I don't know why I felt whispering was appropriate for a shadow.
Definitely appropriate for a shadow.
Okay, cool.
I guess we should just let you know what they're all about.
What is a shadow person?
A shadow person is just that, a shadow person. Not like the shadow on the ground.
But like it's a person that is a shadow?
Yes. Not attached to a thing, a physical thing.
So the general Wikipedia definition of a shadow person is the perception of a patch of shadow as a living humanoid figure, particularly as interpreted by believers in the paranormal or supernatural as the presence of spirit or other entity.
Disenchanted shadow. Does that make sense? What is it? What is the disenchanted
embodied?
Voice?
Is that what you're looking for?
Disembodied?
But I feel like disembodied is how do you what? No, that doesn't make sense. Because a disembodied voice is a voice that comes from nowhere.
Right. The shadow comes from nowhere.
But the shadow is it, isn't it?
The shadow is
the shadow is the shadow of something that isn't there. The it's just something that is shadowy or smoky.
All right, so we did a shit job introducing our guest, but we will be joined by Morgan, someone who has experienced what she believes was a shadow person. She'll be sticking around for the rest of the episode. We also did a terrible job staying on topic, but what's new there? So without further ado, here's Morgan.
So hi, this is Morgan.
This is Morgan. She's our guest today on the podcast.
Wow.
We have a guest today on the podcast. Wow.
A nice, friendly lady voice for once.
It's going to be really awkward every single time because we're super awkward.
Yeah.
Good.
So, we're really, really awkward until the wheels get turning and then it's good and then it's really awkward again at some point. But
yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
I love
it. Tapers off
it.
For sure.
So we had just talked about the definition of a shadow person.
We did.
The generalized one. So there are typically 5 categories associated with a shadow person. There are positive shadows, negative shadows, red-eyed shadows, hooded shadows, and the shadow entity known as the Hat Man.
The infamous Hat Man.
Yeah, so I guess the descriptions of these all come from BeyondScienceTV.com. Positive shadows are those that seem to pass through people's lives. They appear to walk with purpose through a room, never staying the path they walk on. They never acknowledge the person nearby, nor give off threatening presence. It could be very eerie to see them trespassing in your home without regard to who lives there.
Fuck that guy.
They just go and
they just kind of exist. Yeah, that one just kind of just goes.
That's positive.
That is a positive shadow.
Positive goes in the loop.
So the negative shadow are characterized by their tendencies to just lurk and watch humans go about their business. However, unlike the positive shadow people, human beings inside a room with a lurking negative shadow tend to be swept by the feeling of extreme terror when they spot them. A more negative version of these entities are the red-eyed shadows, which are known to stare at humans with their blazing red eyes. Eyewitnesses claim they feel the shadow figures feed on their fear.
Okay.
Yeah, like that creepy shit.
Death dealers or something. What was the Harry Potter one?
A Dementor?
Dementor.
The Dementors.
Yeah.
I don't know if they feed on.
I feel like
they feed on your fear. They do.
Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad I got that right because I've never seen Harry Potter.
We just did Harry Potter heads up earlier with family.
Are you real big in Harry Potter?
I fucking love Harry Potter.
Okay, I didn't know. I had this feeling that you would if I were to ask you random Harry Potter trivia, you would be 8 out of 10.
What am I supposed to do?
Okay,
I have to.
Okay. So the there's also a hooded shadows. dressed as an ancient monk. Some people claim that this is also a malevolent entity, as eyewitnesses sense deep rage emanating from this hooded figure. And then there is also the Hat Man. This entity is probably the most curious of them all. The man appears to people in various cultures across the globe, and it seemed to be dressed in an old-time business suit and wearing different hats. Sometimes it's a fedora, sometimes it's like kind of like a cowboy hat or something.
Interesting.
That one's really weird to me.
I've never heard.
The Hat Man.
Yeah, like only.
Hat Man.
Thank you.
Damn, I should have done some weird Batman thing for the intro.
Just did.
Slap.
That's the intro.
If the shoe fits. Okay.
So Morgan, the reason we have you on the podcast is because you've experienced a shadow person. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
if you had to classify it, what would you classify it as?
Oh my God. I don't know. None of them, maybe? So at my mom's house, we have a room that I call the red room because my fucking little sister was like obsessed with the color red.
Sounds creepy to begin with.
It's creepy as shit, right?
Okay.
Like she was obsessed with the color red, so she painted her walls like blood red.
Oh my God.
And all the fucking furniture is red and everything in there is just fucking creepy as shit. Anyway.
The blinds open or closed? Might not be bad if the blinds were open, but no sunlight might make that room really freaky.
I mean, it doesn't get like any direct sunlight.
Oh.
It's just creepy. It's just creepy all the time.
It's a creepy
And it's
room.
like kind of pretty small too. And I don't know, like the bed takes up most of the area. But like when I had moved back at some point, I slept in that room for a while. And like often I would wake up in the night and like feel fucking creeped out or whatever. A few times I saw like just a fucking person standing right next to me. Like I would sleep on my side and I saw a person standing right there. And like one time it was reaching for me. And like I get that people see that kind of shit when they have, what's that, sleep paralysis, right? Like
sleep paralysis is, yes.
Yeah, you see shit. But like I moved immediately. I was like, what the fuck? And I turned the light on like
bounce.
right away. My sister also had a weird experience in there. But I think she has those everywhere, to be fair.
Oh.
Do you think she's crazy, or do you think she can just like sense those things better?
That's tough. Maybe a little bit.
I mean, I don't want to put
one time
call out your sister right now, but
one time she did think that she saw me standing in the room, like talked to me, and it wasn't me. So she fucking like bolted out, and I was like, "Can you go to the bathroom?" Like what? What?
Your head turned around
all the way. Oh no!
Oh my God! I hope not.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, that room is creepy as shit, and like, house isn't that creepy, but that.
Just that one room.
Mm-hmm.
Anything happened in that room, like that you know of?
No.
Weird shit.
No.
Hmm.
My parents built the house.
Yeah, so your dad built the house, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like it was super old. It's not like on an Indian burial ground or something.
I mean, it could be.
Not that
It
you
super
are aware
could
of.
be.
It super could be.
Yeah.
Haven't found any like spearheads or anything in your yard? Skulls, perhaps?
Skulls? No. No. Well, I mean, yeah, those arrowhead things.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
found
found
them in
those.
your yard?
No, like by the water.
Oh, okay.
Down by the creek?
There's water. Yeah.
Okay.
There's water. Mm-hmm.
Don't want to bury dead people by the water. Just FYI.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. Is that dead people juice?
Seeping into the wall. You just got to keep it downstream.
I mean, yeah, downstream from you, but
Not my
There's
chair, not
always
my
something.
problem. That's what I say.
that's fair.
Have you guys ever seen shadow people?
Yeah. So there's like some different sort of forms that they can take. Sometimes it's more of like very human shaped, and sometimes it's more wispy, and sometimes it's more like smoke or cloudy.
Even animals. Like
Yeah, I've
people
seen
have
some of that shit too.
animals.
Not like I've seen those, but like I've seen that
Seen
in
on the
places. I've
internet.
seen references to it, but I don't know. Well, back to you real quick. what with yours? Did it have like? Did you feel like a negative intention associated with it, or it was just like there and it was weird and freaked you out because there was somebody there?
I think negative intention for sure.
It felt more negative.
It fucking felt like it was coming for
reaching
me.
for you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Negative shadow
Fuck
as far as classifying. Yeah, no, that's
Right.
yeah.
The fact that you had a reaction like to get out of bed
To physically
was not what
immediately
I would
move,
do.
yeah,
I'd just
no.
be like, oh no.
Just scream.
Did you
Cover your face with sheets.
Did you
I
think
mean,
it was
that's
a
it.
real person though?
I fucking did. I
Okay,
did. I
okay,
thought it
that
was a
makes
real
more sense
person.
then.
But like I thought that there were real people in my room before when I've woken up in the night, and like those times I'm just like, okay, that's not real. I like look
That
at
is
it
a
for a
coat
long
that I
time.
drunkenly
Like-
threw over a chair really
Exactly,
precariously.
in a
Damn
fucking
it.
creepy ass way. But I like watch it and I know that it's not real. But this one I was like, fuck
Like
you.
you saw
like,
it moving, and
yeah.
was it like a very solid? Like it was a very solid
It was
shadow. It wasn't
solid.
like wispy
Black
at all.
mass.
It was all black, all solid. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't like when
Mm.
people close to me tell me things like this.
No?
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like, oh no.
Like, this is like real.
Now I feel this is real.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I'd say
freaky.
my only experiences would be like I woke up and it was just like more of a smoky sort of thing. Like I didn't feel that there was any like intention or intelligence associated with it. It just more felt like my eyes were just like
strange.
my eyes are really cloudy because I'm still like 80% asleep, and whatever chemicals my brain is dumping into itself while I'm sleeping and dreaming are just like still very present.
Wait, you said smoky? Like it was.
Yeah, it was just kind of like there's just like kind of like a
Like a
blotchy
haze.
space that didn't really have like much of a shape to it. I couldn't really. It didn't like it wasn't like a person, and it didn't feel like it was like intelligent or had any intent or any. It existed. It just felt like it was just like a weird spot in my eyes that was just like not really like. It wouldn't render. You know what I mean? It was buffering.
Wait, that's it? Like that's the only
Because we live
thing
in
you've
a
had when you
matrix.
like.
So
woken
like
up?
when I used to have like sleep paralysis really bad when I was a little kid.
Oh, that's what I was trying to think of. Yes. Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
sleep paralysis.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah, you said that word.
Oh,
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Great job.
thank you. So
I used to have
much.
sleep paralysis when I was a kid. Just like, I don't know if I ever like saw an entity. I don't remember like there being an entity like on my chest, like feeling there was. I just like I remember like not being able to breathe. It was just like
What?
being like very aware. It's like I don't know why, but like I can't breathe. Like you can't. I couldn't speak, and it was just like you get to like this point of panic, and then like you'd get a breath or like you'd get a word out or something, and then just like be able to breathe at that point. And I just like remember sitting there, just like catching my breath, like what the fuck? Like
Your eyes were open and everything.
yeah, I'd
Like-
be like awake, and I'd be able to like move around a little bit, and like a little like I was just like I feel like I was like under my blanket or like partially under my blanket. I was like I'd kind of almost be able to wiggle, but like not like really. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's been
Restrained,
I'm
for
20
sure,
years
yeah.
fucking removed from this at this point, honestly. But it was just, I don't know. Like it wasn't like I was just able to like get up and do anything. And if you could get that momentum to do it, then you're like out of it, sort of thing. I don't know. That's the closest thing I have to an experience with
under a
shadow
spell.
people is just like random sleep paralysis I had when I was a child.
You guys never seen like a.
I've never seen I think I used to like in noises that I would hear when I was young as well, I would like associate words with the sounds. Like a lot of times I'd like hear my name, I'd feel like, but
No
because
shit.
I would want to hear it sort of thing. I don't really
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's just like the noises that the house makes at night sort of thing, and just whatever else.
I had
That'd
that
be
same thing
terrifying,
and a
though.
thing though.
Yeah, but that's not really like the same thing. I've never like
Right.
seen
Uh-huh.
anything that I've been like, that is the shape of a human being in the corner of my bedroom, because I would lose my fucking mind and like throw things. Or
I don't
No,
know
yeah,
what I
for
would
sure.
do honestly if I like.
I thought somebody was in my house before, but just because it was making noise, like not.
Yeah. I totally had that as a kid too.
Didn't have a
Like-
visual
That was
on
2 years
said
ago.
Intruder.
Oh,
Let
I
it.
That
yeah,
wouldn't
that house
surprise
was
me.
kind of creepy.
Every once in a while, there was one night specifically where there was so much noise. I was like, there was a couple of times actually. One time I went through the house with the taser and like a knife and a flashlight, because I was like, there is somebody in my house.
Wait, which night was that?
Was
When
it
was
Ghost
that?
Cat?
Was it Ghost Cat?
I don't think it was Ghost Cat. It was real fucking loud.
I'm glad
What was
Morgan
it?
knows about Ghost Cat.
I don't know. I never found anything. I went through the house with a flashlight and the taser. I had the knife.
I
in
mean,
my
what was
hand,
the
too.
noise?
Just, it sounded like somebody was in the house, like walking around, banging up and down the stairs. And
right, yeah. And then your cats reacted, right? To like the stairs, kind of.
I don't know. The cats.
Maybe not that time.
They were in the living room. I don't remember what they were doing, but I feel like I could like hear them doing other things. Like it wasn't the cats for sure. Like I'm aware of the noises that the cats make in the house, but it's just like whatever it was. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that sound is, but like that's not.
Morgan, did you have any pets in the room?
Yeah, did any of the like?
Any
you
of the
had a couple of animals.
Like tiny fucking dog, but like she just sleeps on the floor. Like that's all she does ever.
She was passed out. She didn't react to anything. She doesn't like weirded out by the room at all.
She's an idiot.
Mika so isn't like a fantastic example of like, wow, the world's smartest dog.
No, she's so dumb.
Oh, she's a big old sweetheart.
We've been talking about it all day.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of sweet. Yeah.
She's kind of a fuck, but like
she's a fuck.
She's bratty. She's really bratty is I guess the way that you word that without being rude and insulting people's animals, Jacob. Come on.
We found this person on the street that has a story about
I'm going to roast all of their pets. That would be an interesting podcast. I might subscribe.
I would listen to Pet Roast 100%.
It's actually speaking of pets though. When I lived on Main Street in Ames, like
I know this.
Yeah?
I know this. You're talking about the Sheldon Munn?
Yes, the fucking Sheldon Munn. I got an apartment there, like it was the 4th floor. This place is on Main Street in Ames, and it was built in like 1920s or something, and it was a hotel. And then it closed down, and it was a nursing home, and then it closed down again, and now it's apartments. And I got this apartment, like I had super good vibes when I went there at first.
It's weird as fuck. I went to see you there like once or twice,
I know. I was
weird.
Like,
I got like lost in like a turnaround hallway because it's so confusing. It's weird in there.
It was like I only went like up the
elevator. It was maybe late too, so it was like kind of like dark and dim in the whole place when we were there. And I just have like this vibe of like the whole fucking all of the walls are watching me.
Do you really?
It was weird there for sure.
Damn. My mom works down there. I just like, hey.
We could probably go, honestly, if we wanted to go check it out.
Yeah, that whole place is like older, for sure. I'm sure there's been renovations.
Anyway.
Years, but back to the apartment story.
Yeah, no, I like Amy and other people came for like a party one night, and they're like, "This looks like the fucking Shining. Like, what are you doing here?" Like,
it's right. What's up?
Yeah.
No, chill, like for sure, chill. Like it was cool, and if you're into it, like you're into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I got really good feelings from it at first, and then not anymore. After like, exactly. Yeah, I mean, a lot of creepy shit happened there, but for sure, there were times that like, I have 2 cats, Todd and Lily. We had 3 at the time, Todd, Lily, and Stevie. And they would all watch something in the room. Like they would be looking at the same thing. I know that cats like fucking stare at the wall and like watch bugs or fucking, I don't know, made up shit in their brain all the time. But like they would watch the same spot and they would watch something move. Creepy. And Todd in particular, like he's kind of cross-eyed, so he doesn't see super well.
He has people eyes too.
He has people eyes.
It's weird.
He has people eyes.
His
for
eyes
sure.
look like he's a human being. He doesn't look like a cat.
It's
weird when you make eye contact with him. I'm like, I like him, but it makes me uncomfortable sometimes. Like I don't know what to think about this. Like I feel like you have a soul, sir.
Are you saying cats don't have souls?
Are you saying cats don't have souls?
I mean, if they're orange tabby cats, because they're gingers.
Yeah, it was just like a bedroom, but there was a bathroom off the bedroom, and Todd would always come up and like rub on your legs when you were like by the bathroom or in the bathroom and want to be picked up. And he would literally like try to claw his way to the mirror, which he has never done since and had never done before. Like he just wanted to get in the mirror, and it was creepy.
I remember you like turning the mirrors backwards and like putting them behind doors and stuff because he was so adamant about like trying to get inside the mirrors.
Though.
It was fucking weird.
What?
He just man. Like hiding the mirrors in the house so he just like would stop fucking doing it.
Dude, we need to do an episode on mirrors.
Are they real? Find out next week. Go over to Twitter and answer this week's poll. Are mirrors real?
Mirrors versus shadow people. Can shadow people see themselves in mirrors? Cowboys versus mirrors. The 2 lost episodes.
Cowboys. So was that it as far as the Mun? I remember. I feel like you had told me there was like a custodian or somebody involved at the place that told you that there was a ghost in the basement.
Yeah, no, that's not it. That place is fucking creepy as shit.
We should go there sometime.
Custodians. Don't trust those motherfuckers. No offense if you're a custodian. Sorry.
You're gonna come do a ghost hunt with us sometime?
Me?
Yes.
Fuck yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Connor's the one that's worried about it.
Don't want to do a ghost hunt.
I'm gonna pee.
I'm gonna
For
be
the
on
podcast,
for sure.
I would do a ghost hunt.
Yeah, right. Like literally, I'm going to have to pee every 5 minutes. It's like, you know when you play hide and go seek as a child, and the second you get hit, and you're like, I have to pee. I just peed right before this
Time out,
round.
guys!
I have to pee.
Gotta pee. Which I have to do now.
We're talking about it, so I get it.
Okay, what about this custodian?
Yes.
Right.
Haunted basement.
No, actually, before that.
Maybe it wasn't even his job title. Maybe he was like
He
the
was-
elevator man.
I mean, he was like the maintenance guy, right? So like
Okay,
basically. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is.
He
But
fixes
whatever.
things. He
We
doesn't just
changed the
clean
job
them or
title
He
anything.
to-
just kind of
demeaning him.
everything. I don't know.
We changed his job title to protect his identity.
Exactly.
This is
No.
a gentleman who worked there.
He was this
Roy.
really interesting, like old dude. I don't know his actual name. He went by Sparky. He went by Sparky.
I just think Scruffy from
Yeah,
Futurama
100%.
is all that he looked like and is.
I mean, he didn't have the mustache, but similar,
Not
so,
far
like,
off is what I'm
yeah,
hearing. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the one who like showed the apartment and thing. But he had worked there when it was a nursing home kind of place before.
Oh.
He like did construction on it when they renovated it to make it into what it was.
Okay.
And he said that he just had like this weird feeling of like belonging and wanting to be there more. So
Is he the
like,
ghost?
Oh my god.
What?
Was he?
Did you touch
Dear
him?
God,
Have you-
was he real, Morgan?
He didn't actually exist. He died.
He died in 1920 in the construction accident. He
accident.
never actually showed you the apartment, Morgan.
Can we
You just
maybe-
lived there and made out a check to no one.
Can we maybe check the records?
See if any of those checks ever
Yeah.
got cashed.
Just been throwing checks on the floor
She
in the
got a
basement.
key. She had a key to the house. Was there
I had
something
a
weird
key.
with the door opening or something in there too?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the thing too.
okay,
That's
okay,
the thing
okay,
too.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we went. My girlfriend at the time and I talked to Sparky after this thing happened. Where,
You're fine.
so we left one day and like for some reason both of us like looked back to make sure we had locked the door. I don't know why. Like I watched really double check to make sure it was locked. And when we came back, the door was like slightly ajar because it was like kind of closed just automatic. But it was like a
It was like
little
a
bit.
heavy
It was a
door
little
that-
bit open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a little open, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And went in, and a rug was like across the kitchen, outside of the kitchen. And a door that we always kept open was closed because the cat litter was in there, so open all the time. I think that was it for things been moved around, but like the fucking door was open, and we were like so sure we locked it. So after that, we started doing all this research on like what the building had been and, you know, what the fuck was happening.
That is the wrong path.
Learning more is a mistake. You're digging your own grave.
Correct.
We didn't learn anything though. Like
Yeah.
we looked it up and it said it was a hotel and never said why it closed. I assumed just because.
Somebody died there, but okay.
There was a triple murder suicide, but
Yeah, that's when we learned that it was a hotel and a nursing home, and like we were fucking freaked out as shit. And we listened for our across the hall neighbor to come out, and we ran out when we heard him leave his house, leave his apartment. And we were like, hey, so like this weird thing happened to us. What do you feel about this place? And he was like, no, yeah, this place is haunted. This place is super haunted.
Like haunted AF, girl.
He
What do you
was just
mean?
like fucking straight up, like I hear my name being called at night.
Like, this is the wrong answer, sir.
Cupboard doors opening and closing, and we were like, what the fuck are we supposed to do now?
Yeah,
There's
why are you
singing
living
rodents
here?
that learn your name.
Sentient rodents.
Singing, not scented.
Oh,
what the
I
fuck?
thought-
Scented rodents?
Sentient.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Scented
Not
rodents.
as stupid.
Scratch and sniff rats. This one smells like grape, Mom.
This one's been rolling in trash.
Some wet dog smell. Yeah, there's like points in your story when you say things where just like I have goosebumps go up my arms. Yes, because I just keep thinking about it. I'm like,
It was so scary.
I don't know what the fuck I would do.
It was so hard to live there after that.
Because I'm kind of totally scared of everything.
Ghosts are the top.
Goes to the top.
Just not being able to explain things hurts me to the core.
Did you try salt?
You just salt your doors and
I mean,
shit.
You know what?
But that
I
would just
hadn't
keep it
watched
from crossing. So
Supernatural
if it's
then.
in and you don't know,
Oh fuck!
then you just
It would've
trapped it
trapped
inside
it in
there
there.
with you.
Fuck!
Plus, I don't know how the mirror works. Can it get in
Yeah.
through the mirror
Oh
somehow?
shit!
Like,
oh my god,
God.
that's scarier. Okay.
Do you have to
okay.
salt around the mirror too in case it's some sort of portal that we don't understand?
How do you
Now I
salt
can't
around a
sleep
mirror on
tonight.
the wall? Mm.
You have to break
Just-
the mirror,
just-
but then you have
just-
7 years of bad luck.
Fuck! There's no winning.
You're literally screwed.
Whatever rooms have mirrors? You just
What?
block those rooms that have mirrors off?
The bath. So whenever you go to the bathroom, it's like
You resalt the
susceptible
doorway.
to a
You never know.
ghost.
Maybe there's an entity that haunts your bathroom. You got Moaning
I mean, that's
Myrtle
what
in
I'm
there,
thinking right
like-
now. Shit.
Bringing
Back to
back
the
the Harry Potter
Potter.
references. What's up?
Continuity, I like that.
I got lucky.
Actually, our neighbor down the hall too had like some weird fucking issues, but she was really vague most of the time. So for like she had watch that would come into her apartment, like I don't
Just
know. I don't know if it
bees?
was just like bees. I don't know if it was that could be like structural or whatever, but
Just a beehive.
she
in
heard
the
some weird
walls.
shit too.
Yeah.
She keeps bees in her apartment.
I don't know where all these bees keep coming from. I've just got this box that makes honey, and I don't understand. But she heard weird things too, is what you had said.
No,
I don't know if you had any
and
specifics.
she like moved out at the same time that we did. Like, we
Did
got
you
out of
move
Leesburg.
out primarily because it was just like I don't feel comfortable
Oh fuck
being
yeah!
here?
That's why
this
we.
is
That's
too
why we
fucking
left.
weird.
That's why
Okay.
we left. Like we found cockroaches.
Also,
Another issue.
also red flags.
That's what. That's like our reason. Like
That's
that we
2
gave
red
to the
flags,
fucking
sir.
rental company. They were
You're like, hi, there's
okay,
cockroaches
fine.
and ghosts, and my
Huge
cat
fucking
is climbing in and out of
cockroaches.
my mirror. I don't understand.
What was the first thing?
Cool, cockroaches.
Oh, those were gross there for sure. Also, the elevator was like from the 20s still. That was
Was it
a
a hand
weird,
crank?
weird place. No shit. Yeah.
20 minutes.
You had to do the twist to power it. Didn't run on electricity. You just had to do the twist.
Good old 50s jokes.
Yeah, I'm probably really dated in my fucking dance moves. Sorry.
Floss. They got to floss all the way up there.
Water.
So we did a real
Okay,
piss
okay,
poor
okay.
job.
Of talking about shadow people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
not talking to Morgan, but just
Oh, no.
beforehand.
Yeah, ahead of time. There's other shit we have to talk about.
Yeah. So apparently this lady who has been on Art Bell show Coast to Coast AM.
Okay, yes.
Heidi Hollis.
This is like where you coined the term shadow
Yeah.
people pretty much.
Shadow people and Hat Man, I guess she also coined
And what?
Hat Man.
Hat
The man
Man,
we
the Hat
talked
Man.
about.
Yes, maybe that was the coining.
Wait,
Um,
when? When
This
did
is in
that
2002.
Was it 2002?
2002 is when Heidi was on the Coast to Coast AM show.
The
She
first
had
time?
written a book about shadow people. Art Bell also spoke to a Native American chief, Thunder Strikes,
Yes.
also known as Harley Swift Deer Reagan.
Wait.
Swift
Say the
Deer?
names again.
Deer.
Thunder Strike.
His literal name is Thunder Strikes.
What the fuck?
He's Native American.
No. It's
It's
amazing. But say
awesome.
the second name again.
He's also known as Harley Swift Deer Reagan.
Those are both incredible.
Those are very nice names, but opposing, I feel. Swift deer and thunder strikes.
I feel like both of them
How
are
are they
like
opposing?
fast.
He might
they're
be a
both
fast guy.
A
That's
swift
what I hear.
deer.
That's what I hear.
A deer as it is itself is already swift. So if it's notably swift, like that deer is
super fucking
That
fast.
is
it is a Bugatti of
swiftiest.
moving through the trees.
Bugatti.
That is the swiftiest deer.
Swifty.
Swiftiest.
Means there's a shifty deer out there.
Just fucking shifty deer.
He's wearing a trench coat,
I'm
trying to sell
I'm sure
drugs.
There's plenty of shifty ass deer out there. They just stare at you while you're
Shank you while you're taking a pee out in the trees.
Yeah, you're standing in your yard and you're just like 1,000-yard stare.
Again, this is an audio-based media. Like,
We're
you
gonna
can't
do-
just fucking stare off into nothing, Connor.
They understood.
They understood the silence? Okay.
20 episodes in, they've got to understand that the silence means there's actions going on.
Okay.
I want to leave it up to their interpretation of what's happening.
Insert your actions here. This is the only, what is it, like Goosebumps? It's the Choose Your Own Adventure podcast.
Yeah.
So this Sparky character.
Sparky, basement Sparky.
Basement Sparky.
Basement Sparky. Yeah.
Maintenance guy,
yeah.
Basement Sparky.
That I hope is on maintenance guy. Basement
Hello, my name is
Sparky.
Maintenance Guy, Basement Sparky.
I thought you were going to say, I hope he's still alive.
Oh fuck. I mean that too. I assume he still works there. He was drawn to it. So
He was
Wrong.
buried in the basement.
Yeah,
fuck.
not alive.
Fuck. Is he,
Cremated in the furnace.
you guys I'm a little convinced that he's
I might have
dead.
to go there now.
Oh my god. What?
I want to go
What?
now. Find out if there's a furnace in the basement. That could burn
It's
a
the
body.
boiler
Dude,
room.
okay, no. The basement is creepy as fuck. Okay,
All right,
because
all
there's
right.
laundry down there.
What?
But
Like-
I mean,
Laundry for the apartments.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
washers
Coin
and
operated
dryers.
machines, okay.
Yeah, but I went down there once and I never went back because it was creepy as shit. And there's like this old like freight elevator that doesn't work anymore, but it's like some
Okay.
fucking thing.
Nice word
Um,
choice, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why we invited Morgan on the podcast. She's intelligent.
She drinks with her pinky out.
I do all the time. But no, in the basement there are like it's like shitty fucking brickwork. Like it looks fucked up in general. But also there are a lot of doors that are like employees. Do
Off limits, do not enter.
Exactly.
Ghost cancer will occur. Ghost inside.
Dead man's body behind door.
Oh my god, probably. So, okay, yeah. So after this shit happened, with the door being open, Haley and I talked to Sparky. We were like,
Could you maybe fix our door?
no, not even that. Like it locked most of the time.
The lock just phased
It's
through the
back there.
wall that one time. If we could just maybe like get that
that.
fixed on the next patch, that'd be great.
Next patch to the Matrix, please.
Mhm.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just like, is there anything like weird here? Like, did you report weird things at all? Like, we didn't say on
You
like,
just
we were
you would kind of
what
keeping it
is
vague,
this
like, hey,
place?
some stuff weird happened. Like, do other people see weird things?
Right.
Yeah.
and that was in like this main lobby, which is, by the way, is like all fucking like marble and fucking like extravagant as shit.
I almost
And-
remember it as having a hue.
It
Like,
does. It does.
Okay. It seemed.
Yeah,
No.
it's fucking weird. And like, I mean, it was a hotel. So
Also, no receptionist, by the way.
no. Yeah.
Dead
No.
person.
Just.
Also, dead person. Neighbors, also dead people. You
Oh
live
my
there
God,
by
Connor.
yourself in an abandoned apartment building.
Oh my god.
It's been closed for decades.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's what we're here for. Can do one thing for you, it's shatter your fucking reality and curse a lot.
Take a drink. He's off topic.
Oh. Yeah.
I believe.
I've
he's
Take
been
like 4 more.
nonstop off topic. I'm
continuing
just
to
calling him out
drink.
on it for once. Just take a drink, making sure he's still playing. So what did Scruffy tell you? Sorry.
So, Sparky, excuse you. Yeah. Sparky.
Sparky is a dog name anyway. Let's
100%.
move
It
on.
is for sure.
It's like Spike.
That's when Sparky told us that he worked there on the renovations, and he felt this like draw to this place. And when he heard that it was opening up as apartments, I had to come back and try again. And it was because of like the spirit of that connection. He's a funny guy.
Another
like
theory.
super like great, but like super logical for the most part. And he, at that point, we were like, okay, so dude, that goes here.
As you would.
And he was like, oh yeah, like no
Just straight up,
hesitation,
yeah.
no hesitation at all. He was just like, yeah, every week, at least every week, I think just every week, he goes down into the basement and he talks with a man. He speaks with a ghost down there.
Just change
On a daily or weekly basis?
Yeah, regularly.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Is he a murderer?
I don't know. It's
We
the kind of
live
thing. It's like
fucking,
if it's something that's like it's you just like you feel this like I need to be here. I don't know why.
I need
and
to
then
talk
like
to this.
you go downstairs
thing.
and there's something that like interacts with you. I don't know. Like no, you're not about it.
100% out.
Hard pass.
I am
Hard pass.
Wait,
Done.
but you don't know.
Yeeting
But you
out
don't
of
know
there.
like the feelings that he might have had. Like
Yeah,
he might have
like
been
it
like
could be good
this
things
is-
and not like a
this is
scary
like-
thing. Like
I don't feel
Right.
good things.
you don't feel good things. All things are bad, Connor.
I mean, in that situation,
blackest black.
don't understand you. Please leave.
I mean, that'd be my reaction too. But like, no, he like goes down there and talks to this fucking dude from 20. I
I'd
don't
like
know.
to have him on the podcast.
I was just thinking,
Sparky? Yeah, let's find
go
him.
to the
Let's find
Sheldon
him.
Mun and just fucking walk down to the basement real
Dude,
quick
he'd be
and
so
see what's
good.
up.
That basement is creepy as shit. Like,
No, I'm just doing
Like-
some laundry with my microphones. Was that about it on Scruffy?
We finally completed.
We
this
finally finished
story.
Scruffy, Jesus.
yeah. That's that.
So he goes. So he goes down to talk to a man in the basement.
Yes.
That's all. He's like, yeah, I go down there and talk to
He
somebody
didn't
once
say
a
what it
day
was
or once a
about,
week.
But like he
Once a week, I go
has
down
And then
and
you're
talk
just like
to somebody in the basement who is in
so-
non-corporeal form.
So right, yeah, it's not just talking to, it's a conversation. It's
not like, what is your name?
a
What
back and forth.
Here's
It's
your
like,
quest.
And so after,
oh my
What
god,
is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? So an African or European swallow. I don't know that. Yeah,
so
but
after he told you he talked to.
I see. After he said I see dead people, you said, "Bitch, what?" And then
And
he
you
said, what?
you said, there's cockroaches in my apartment. I need to evacuate.
Basically. Yeah.
Just straight up. I talked to him in the basement once a week, and you're like, "Okay, cool."
Oh,
Bye.
Just
Bye.
wanted to put that check mark on, like,
Yep.
come visit my new apartment, y'all.
the man downstairs talks to a ghost.
I fucking wish I stayed there. Like,
Fuck no! I'm glad you got out. Are you kidding me?
I would never visit.
That place was creepy as hell. I went there like
Oh, shit.
again once or twice. I went there and I feel like I got lost from the elevator to your apartment because it's like this is the floor it's on, but you have to go down a hallway, then through a doorway, up like six
You do,
stairs,
you
and then
do.
around a corner,
You do.
and then
It's a weird
around
place.
again through
It's a
another
fucking weird
doorway,
place.
and then you take a hard left, and then you're at my apartment.
it's a weird place that has a weird feel.
The walls are made of
only
cheese.
met the two other people who lived there. I never actually saw anyone else. What the fuck? Were they dead? Are they ghosts?
That's the
I
thing.
think
Are
I
they
saw
ghosts?
two people that lived
I
there.
saw two people.
The
That's
entire
it.
building, multiple floors. What? 6
Four.
floors? 4 floors?
4 floors.
4 floors.
At least.
At least
on
4
the floor.
floors.
How many people lived on
Oh,
your
yeah.
floor?
There was a lot of doors on each floor, as I recall.
That's the thing.
Do not enter.
There was a
Ghost
decent-
inside.
So we're gonna get little plaques made and just go and put little stickers and just put that on the doors of every single one in the mun.
You can find our "Do Not Disturb" Ghost Inside stickers on tpublic.com/Counting Cryptids.
Doesn't exist, but okay. Connor has relevant information.
r/shadow people on Reddit.
Oh, you got Reddit stories. Let's go.
Reddit stories. I got one good
Reddit's
one.
good.
I can get more.
Ready.
This one is called "I Scared a Shadow Person."
Oh, damn.
No one can scare them.
I scared
They're
him.
not.
He scared
they're
him,
not-
Morgan.
They're not. Okay. All right.
Shouting.
I'm ready.
So today, January 31st, 2018 at 5:10 a.m., I believe I encountered what seemed to be a shadow person. For the record, I am a 28-year-old male and I live with both my parents. Get a job. I'm not religious. I don't believe in the supernatural even now, but I can't seem to make sense of what I experienced. Every morning at 4:50 a.m., I set my alarm to wake up and get ready for the gym. But today I felt really lethargic. So I sorta stayed in bed and tried to harvest the energy to get up and go. I felt my alarm go off and just pressed the side button on my iPhone to turn it off.
Felt or heard?
He felt it.
So it was on
It
vibrate.
must have been on vibrate.
All right. So we're going to put up a poll on social media to see who uses a ringtone and who uses vibrate for an alarm. Because I'm confused.
I use a ringtone and
Morgan,
I believe
you
it
use a
also
ringtone
vibrates.
or a vibrate for your alarm?
Both.
Okay. That's fair.
Do you
Both is allowed.
Do you sleep with your
Like-
phone on your bed table or on your bed?
Table.
Okay.
So like the vibrate doesn't actually help.
So you wouldn't be able to
What?
feel it, but you can hear the vibrate.
Like, is your phone plugged in under
Yeah.
100%.
under your
Yeah.
pillow, Jacob?
I have a nightstand next to my bed
Okay.
where I put my
We are
phone.
all civilized adults here. We put our phones on the nightstand. Thank you.
Yes.
Continuing my story with the 28-year-old, as I laid there in fetal position looking at my wall, I slowly turned onto my back and stared at the ceiling. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see that a figure was in my bed next to me. I found that odd, being a grown man and all. Questionable. Questionable.
It's weird that somebody's
Wait.
next to me. I'm a grown man. Why is there somebody in my bed?
Questionable.
Don't understand, but okay.
What? Okay.
Maybe it's my brother and he snuck in during the middle of the night because
what?
he had a fight with his wife.
What?
Where do
I
you
am
live,
reading
man?
this
Where do you
verbatim.
live? Where do you live? Where? What the
He lives
fuck
at his
is
parents. He's
happening?
28 years old,
I
and his
know,
brother
but his
sneaks into his
brothers are
bed when he
too,
has a
like,
fight with his mom.
What the fuck?
His wife.
His wife.
Ruined it. I was going. So I slowly turned to see who it was. Not exactly scared, but mostly curious. Who is this stranger in bed next to me? I added that part. As I turned, I saw.
You added it.
Yeah, this is. I interject. As I turned, I saw it was a shadow figure laying down on its side, just staring at me. Its hand supporting its head, and it just laid there and stared.
Did it have eyes?
Draw me like a French mom.
Draw me like
Oh
one of
my
your
God.
French shadow people.
I looked at it for what felt like a minute, but I'm sure it was 3 to 4 seconds. Its face was indistinguishable, but I didn't feel threatened or evil.
And I think it's just like
I have
no
questions
features.
and you
I think
can't
is.
have answers.
Then, at that moment, I knew it wasn't my brother or anyone in the house, so I yelled, "Mom!" I'm 28 years old, by the way. He writes, to be honest, I don't know why, but I guess she maybe invited a person in and they snuck into my room, so she'd be the best person to call to clear things up, seeing that she has a habit of housing random friends and relatives out of the blue. The thing leaped out of my bed. As it leaped off, I could feel the bed move like when a dog or person gets off a bed. I could see its silhouette, about 4 feet tall, skinny, weak-looking, and had a mannish stature to it. After it leaped off, it then made a frightened stance. You know, the one you'd make if a large bear were to approach you in a forest? Then it ran to the corner of my room by the window, and it cowered. My mom came into the room, turned on the lights, and it was gone.
This one has made me uncomfortable for different reasons than the other ones.
Yeah.
Man, I remember. Okay, so when I was living in Ashbrook, shortly after we moved in, I got home from work one day and I knew Alex was there, but I didn't see him anywhere. So I went down, my bedroom was past his. So I kind of was I got home and I thought I expected him in the living room. I kind of looked, he wasn't there. He was in the kitchen. Got a peeked in his bedroom. He wasn't there. I was like, okay, weird. So I like went into my bedroom, changed, came out, was walking back, and then he like came up behind me trying to scare me, and I just turned around and immediately started throwing fucking fists. Like he came up behind me and like tried to scare me. I just like chased him throwing fists. Like I had no idea what was going on. I was just swinging. It's like I did not call for my fucking mother, and I was 18 years old. What are you doing? You're 30. I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't think
What are you doing?
I would not be yelling for my mother.
Mom, there's someone in my room.
Mom! Stop fighting your friends over!
I need my hat package.
Like what? Who? What? He's
Yeah,
from
what's-
Reddit?
what's this gentleman's
He's from
name?
Reddit?
His Reddit username is Karen Kawagio.
Karen.
KaranKawageo.
Karen.
Karen Kawa.
Karen.
Correct.
That was correct. The dog agreed.
That was
the
the
end?
story. He
There
scared
was nothing there.
the shadow person. It bailed after he called his mom, and she's like, flip the light switch
Mom
on.
showed
Well,
up
Mom,
and
you know.
I
You
scared
know,
a shadow
okay.
person when my mommy showed up.
To
He
be
can't even
fair,
fight his own fights.
moms are badasses.
No, undisputed. My mother
Yeah.
is a superhero.
But a
But
28-year-old.
Absolutely.
Bruh.
Yeah. No.
Put your big
No.
boy pants on, buddy.
You do
Big
not
boy
cry
pants.
for your mother when you are scared. You handle that shit on your own. You're a grown-ass man.
Big boy pants.
Big boy pants.
I have them.
Morgan has big boy
Morgan
pants. I had a small bit from a Tom Brown on the Hatman project. The quote is, I saw a tall human-like figure, and the figure looked like that of a man. The man had no distinguishable features whatsoever. I could see no eyes, no nose, no mouth, only blackness. He looked like the shadow, or he looked like a shadow, only darker, much darker. He had the wide-brimmed hat and a long trench coat that flowed as he moved. He stood there for what seemed like an eternity. He then moved and slowly, without sound, went back into the hallway just out of view. All of this would make me so uncomfortable. Like, if I thought there was somebody in my house and then I got up to check and there wasn't somebody in my house, I would lose my fucking mind. I'd be like, no, I'm up now, like, for the next 4 days because I saw somebody in here. Like, I'm not leaving my house.
I would think I would leave my house.
Like, I know there's somebody here. Like, I'm not, like, I'm working from home. I will be borrowing my father's gun. Like, I will be fucking sitting here, like, awaiting.
Really? Like,
If I thought somebody was in my fucking house, yeah, like,
Like, you
But
can
like-
have my stuff, man. We're cool. Bye.
you see that shit and then it, what? Like, that's clearly not a person. They still.
I don't know. Again, I think like part of it's maybe like that I haven't seen anything that was like shaped like a human, but like right now, like the way I think of it is just like there is a human being that is in my house that I am unaware of. Like I think I saw a human being in my house that I did not leave my house. That means that they are still in my house. I have not only myself, but like 2 cats, a dog, and my wife.
Let's go, children.
Yeah, like, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not...
This man has squatted here long enough. He has claimed ownership.
This is now his house. I don't know. I'd want to, like, be very certain that there was not an actual person in my house. I'm very confused by this whole thing, honestly. Do you have one opinion one way or another to, like, what you think it is? Like, I guess we haven't really talked about that at all either.
Where you at on this, Jacob?
Confused.
Okay.
I'm very uncomfortable. If there was a human in my house, I would freak
Oh.
the fuck out. Again, like I've heard noises in the house at the place I lived before that I thought was somebody, and I went through with like a weapon and like a flashlight and cleared every room in my house to make sure that there wasn't somebody in my house.
I got a machete in my car. That's about all the
I had to
protection
open my
got.
garage and go
In your
downstairs
car?
to my garage to get a machete out of my car to come back up and be like, "Is anybody here?"
You didn't escape while I was downstairs, did you?
Come and face me like a man.
I'm with you, dude. It's confusing.
You've never experienced
I've never
anything
been
of this
convinced
nature.
that it's not something dismissible.
I think the fact that so many people see something that is shaped like a person is disturbing.
I agree. Mine
like-
is a weird place, though.
Right. And like, I hear you. I get it. But what else are minds say things?
Wow, what insight.
animals.
I'm not being sarcastic. I know that kind of sounded like I was being sarcastic.
It
I'm just
did,
saying.
and I was like,
I'm sorry. Wow, Jacob's kind of a dick. That's true, but still. No. That is actually like.
Right,
Touche is about the only response I have.
We live our own experiences psychologically. So why not in our subconscious live our own experiences?
I feel like you just ended the podcast and we're not ready to do that, Morgan.
Settle down near the guest here.
Yeah, settle down, Morgan. Settle down here. We haven't really talked about like what I was thinking before this was potential like what it could be things that we started talking about before.
Like a time traveler?
I saw some suggestions on the internet that was as far as like what this could be, and there was a lot of like ghosts or some sort of like weird spirit thing, or there's some weird alien or interdimensional kind of ties to some of these things as well. Time travelers as well, like a lot of weird just
honestly across the board.
Yeah.
Anybody who listens to the podcast will understand what
throwing.
that just disgusting noise. See, Morgan gets it too, but also like I've known you a while. We hang out often. You know my. You get it. See, it's fine.
Morgan was one of the first people to follow the Instagram, so of course he knows what's going on.
Fucking right, I was.
As an individual who has experienced something of this nature, what do you think it is?
What is? How do you explain this?
What is
a spirit?
My own.
Your experience. Do you have any ideas like what you have seen? What is it? What do you think it is? What?
That's a big question.
What?
That's a big question.
I'm sorry.
It's the question.
That is the
question of the podcast. But
is it a time traveler? Is it an interdimensional being? Is it your mind?
Is it an alien?
Is it your brain dumping drugs into itself because you're asleep? Like, I'm not going to judge you if you say I don't know.
I don't know.
But if you got to plant, again, like obviously, like you don't. But like, if you have to plant your flag, do you have one opinion one way or another, or not? Like, I'm allowing a no. Just for your. Well, I mean, I'm allowing like you to have some outside knowledge because you can have some knowledge of it before you experience it, like, or even after. That's fine.
You're a guest. You get to like
you can
say,
make the rules. You are the first guest. We're kind of playing this as we go.
We kind of have to get off the fence. Do
you think one way or another, like, is it your brain playing tricks on you, or is there something maybe like an intent or an intelligence behind it?
So I am like perpetually an agnostic. I'm like,
I don't know. Sure, one way or another, like I can't
just
tell.
Don't know.
I feel that hard.
Mostly, I don't know, but
okay, so
it is hard to like rationalize leaving and door lock and having it open.
100%.
It's hard to rationalize. Cats looking at the same thing. It's hard to rationalize.
When you have all of those things added together, it's like this is weird. This is also weird, and like this third thing is weird, and this fourth thing is weird, and then you know what I mean. Like when you have a lot of things together, that's just like this seems less like a coincidence, and it seems a lot more likely that it's just like it's something else altogether.
Exactly. I guess some kind of like
spirit-esque.
Yeah.
So you feel it is actually something and not just your mind.
I do.
Okay.
Extra neurological.
Yeah.
I think I made up that word, by the way.
Extra neurological. Okay, so you think it's something. You think it's something that's more like something that has existed in the past and is like an echo or a spirit of something that lived at one point, or is some like versus like being like a time traveler or a fourth dimensional entity sort of thing, or an extraterrestrial in some sort of capacity.
That's hard. I like don't necessarily see.
I know I'm like asking you to like, hey, like put your pencil to paper now and sign your name.
Prove it, Morgan.
Shit. Yeah, like exactly. Like I'm not trying to like, and I'm not gonna be like, but then what about this? You know, like I'm not trying to.
You're on the spot.
Right. No, I don't see. I don't see a barrier.
Okay.
I think they're all kind of related.
Like, okay, it just like as like quote unquote paranormal or the unknown, as it were, like it just being something else that you can't quite explain, and you're okay with it not being explained.
I am okay with that.
Is it
I am okay with
scarier
that
to
because-
know or not know?
Oh fuck! I think it's.
These
I think
are the questions.
it's scarier to know.
Is it scarier than not? I think was maybe more like
Like-
or is it more frightening than it is like, whoa, what is this? Or like, is it
I mean,
maybe I'm
okay.
interpreting that question in a way that you didn't intend.
Like, say it came out and was like, I am an evil entity. You know that it's an evil entity. You might know how to react to that better than if you just don't know.
Oh.
Is it scarier to not know actually
Than it
what
is
it
to
is
actually
than it is
know
to
what
visit?
it
Well, I
is.
mean, I don't think that's the kind of thing that you would know until you know, because
Right.
you're like, I think the unknown is maybe scarier because you're like, I don't know what this is. This
I
has the
don't know how
potential
to
of being
do
like
it.
really, really bad, and also maybe it's like less bad.
Exactly. The unknown is much.
I think that's like a
Like,
human thing too.
That
The
is-
fear of
that
the
is
unknown
actually
is
what it means to be, right? Like,
Oof. Oof.
getting deep on
Sucker
this
punch
very
right in the
intoxicated podcast.
I'm pretty agnostic about, like, I literally, like, how can I know anything is anything? Honestly. We could be living in a matrix. How would I know that? I am not that smart.
I mean, you're getting
a
little bit deep here on this, and I understand what you mean, and I agree to the fullest extent.
To me, though, most of them feel like spiritual things.
Like
But
it is something that was once a thing, like it actually exists versus being like a figment of someone's imagination sort of thing.
I don't know that
wait, what
demons
does, what
ever...
does demons?
The
Shadow
entity that
people.
is a
Just
shadow person.
whatever is a shadow person is something that is more like physically like this actually exists versus it being just like I don't know, interpreted by your brain in some specific way or whatever
Right.
else. It is actually
In
something
trend.
versus
And-
not something.
This.
Sure, yes, like it just is.
Mhm.
Tis a thing, for sure.
It's an actual thing. Is where you're leaning towards. It's something that is actually there.
Yeah. It's very weird to me that so many people,
Apparently
many places,
it's a lot. Like I know we haven't talked about like a ton of like different instances, but like really,
There is
like,
a lot.
Really, it's a lot, and I'm sure that there's individuals listening to this episode who have experiences with it as well. And I hope that you write in and let us know about your stories, and we can talk about that on the episode if that's something that you're interested in. You let us know when you write in about it. Holy shit, I'm talking like I'm an auctioneer.
$5, please.
What? $5 going once, going twice. Sold one shitty joke to Connor.
Thank you.
It does seem, for lack of a better word, more tangible than some other things that we've talked about, I guess. Like the jackalope was one that was like more of a joke episode than anything. It's just like, yeah, this is a real fucking thing, but is definitely not a thing.
Right.
It's just some dude who's like putting shit together and selling it. It's like, wow, look at this, guys.
Wow.
You see here? One from you, one for me. One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. Okay, Doc, let's go. That's how mobsters talked in the 20s in my brain. I don't know. Looney Tunes has ruined everything, and I don't know what's real and what's not.
Literally.
Fucking Bugs Bunny. Jesus Christ.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, exactly. You said that you think it's something that has, like, is moderately aware of what it is, or, like...
Intelligent.
It exists in some extent. It has...
I will say that I don't think that it's like not possible that somebody could just like interpret like
a misty thing as like being like, oh, that was shaped like a person and it was real for sure.
I mean, human brain, like,
but I think the number of, again, we hardly fucking talked about this at all, but the number of like people who experience this is ridiculous. Like it's fucking insane. So I don't know how you can argue against something if it's like, if 60% of the time it works every time sort of scenario, you know, like it's the math is there. You've shown your work. I'm too far away from the microphone, but yeah, I don't know how you argue against it being something more than a figment of someone's imagination. And maybe it carries a little bit more weight since I like know somebody who has had like an experience
100%.
with it too. I know we didn't talk a ton about like the different forms. It's just like very physical, like the very defined edges or like wispy or just like a blob itself. But
spiders, even I saw like they could take the form of a spider.
I saw a lot of things talking about animals, like shadow animals of sorts too, and like shadow cats, and that's the kind of thing that's like, oh yeah, that's the, you know, most of the time it's regarded as like a joke, but like I've had some experiences. Maybe we've talked about it in the podcast before, but I'm not 100%. But about like ghost cat kind of scenario where like I'm aware of the existence of both of the cats that I have, but like I feel the presence of like another cat that isn't a cat that I have. Like recently I had an experience, I think I talked to you about it briefly when we were on the way to the Vanmeter Visitor Festival, that I had like thought that one of my, like I remember one of my cats laying on one side of me, the other cat laying on the other side. I was petting both of them, or one of them. One of them was clawing my leg a little bit and I was annoyed by it, and then up walked the cat that I thought was on my right leg. So I thought Pixel was like kind of underneath my right leg when I was laying in bed. It was at night. I thought she was kind of underneath my right leg a little bit, kind of wrapped around it almost onto the top, and then she was just kind of like kneading the top of my leg. Just kind of like laying there annoyed by it, and then Pixel walked up and like laid down on me. Kevin was on my left, he was still there, but whatever was on my right was no longer there after she walked up and laid down. Yeah, like it's the kind of thing that I was like, I was sure that she was there like fucking with me a little bit, and I was annoyed, but not enough to the point where like I like was like, hey, cut it out kind of thing. And then she just like, I heard a noise across the room, I was like, that sounded like a cat, like their collar jingling, and then she hopped up on the bed and just like walked up and laid down. I was like, what? There was already 2 cats here. Why? What? Yeah, like that was just the other day. Like first, I thought I got rid of the ghost cat, Morgan.
Followed him to the new house.
I never burned that white sage, but I did just find that you can get more at Wheatsfield.
Not an ad for Wheatsfield.
Honestly, if Wheatsfield wanted to sponsor my podcast, I'd be stoked.
Can be an ad for Wheatsfield.
Insert ads for Wheatsfield here. Morgan, do you have anything you want to plug or put out there?
Plug? No.
Anything you want to promote?
You know,
plug your own or anything in general.
I'm going to promote.
Do you want people to find you in real life or not? Do you want them to know about something instead of you?
Insert address and social security number
here.
Oh, my social is...
You have the world as your stage. Do you have a message, or do you want people to know about you or anything in general?
God, I have so many messages. This is hard. It's hard.
If people want to email you,
Yeah, like, do you want people to follow you on social media, or do you want to be left anonymous because nobody has any idea who I am?
Fuck about that.
We can go through and edit the whole podcast where we address you as Morgan and change it to Delilah.
Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like when you see shadow people? I don't know what it's like because I've never seen them, but tonight I think I've seen them. Yes, I did.
I do want everyone to be an advocate.
Of what?
Yeah, what are we going with this?
So,
be an advocate of many things, Morgan.
You can be an advocate for anything.
Whatever you feel is necessary.
Oh, I see.
But
be an advocate for your passions. Gotcha.
Honestly, exactly. Yeah, no. I recently went to our local, I guess, advocacy center and
have one of
they're
those?
training. Yeah. So
Okay.
they train you on how to be
An advocate.
an advocate for people of like assault, violence, or human trafficking.
Yes.
Yes.
Make the world a
That is the
better
most
place.
positive thing this podcast has produced.
Yeah, fucking 100%.
Yeah,
That all sounds awful.
it's gonna be good.
Not interested in any of that.
It's
So
good,
let's
it's
be
good.
an advocate to not be a human trafficker.
Fuck yeah.
Or a piece
For
of
real,
shit in
like
general,
Jesus
please.
Christ. I maybe belittled her message a little bit because I'm intoxicated, but like, bro, just don't.
Just be a
The
fucking
way you
good
started
person.
that, I thought you were just
I
throwing
just-
it
just,
right
like,
out the window.
Generally be a good person. But also that's kind of what that means. Like, don't, if you're just generally a good person, you don't like do shitty things like that to people.
How
yeah,
are
that
there
super
such
sucks,
shit
and now
people?
this just got really, really real.
I'm so sorry. That's like
No,
what I've
that's
been doing with
allowed.
my free time.
That's allowed. You can
Going to that.
get real.
Get real. We need
that's
a
my
little
free
bit of
time.
get real on this episode.
Are you
today.
sure?
We needed to get fucking
Honestly,
real.
8% of the
Can I
time we just make
be-
dick jokes.
you get
So
real? Like,
yes.
We need a little get real hype
Section.
lady. Probably time we should wrap this up and get on to the 1v1
Okay,
results.
yeah, the
Because
the
it has-
past, the pre-existing information that we have neglected up until now.
Yes.
Nobody's made it this far in the episode. That's fine. What's up?
I haven't made it this far.
So every week we do this thing. Every week, we can do this
Every
single
other
fucking
week,
time.
every
episode. We do this thing where we pit the previous episode with the current one just to see what individual would win between that altercation. I've
Right.
never once used the word altercation on the
I like
podcast.
it. It was mix it
Just
up.
saying, what's up?
what is the previous one?
We talked about the Vanmeter visitor last time. This is like difficult because it's hard to determine whether or not any of these are like actual, like it physically exists in the way that
A giraffe does.
Oh, shit.
in the way that anything does to the point where it can affect anything else.
True,
or if
yeah.
it just like is just like an echo of
Existence
some
in
sort of
there.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just like
Wait. One more time. What is the versus? What versus what?
So the shadow people versus the Vanmeter visitor.
Okay. Yeah. I'm ready.
Who wins?
What do you think?
You were about
I don't
to
think
give
you- I
an
don't think you were
answer.
ready.
I have no
You
idea
were
what the
about
fuck
to
I'm
give an
talking about.
answer.
I have no
I
idea.
think you were ready for that.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No,
no. Oh no.
I think shadow people.
That's probably
Shadow
fair
people are
because I
like-
feel like it's more fourth dimensional sort of scenario, or like
Exactly.
not really like a physical sort of thing. Whereas the Vanmeter
Exactly.
visitor seemed more tangible than a shadow person does. So more of the way that it was like the Mothman was like fourth dimensional and would beat out a giant bat because it just like doesn't exist, and then the bat would die of like old age in the ring, and
Shadow
then the
people live
Mothman would just be
forever.
like, "Yep, I'm still here. What's up? I
Yeah.
win
Oh,
because the bat
win by
died."
default.
Like there's a technicality in
It's
the
like you play Battle
situation,
Royale,
but
you play Fortnite and everybody else dies to the storm and you're just
you have
there.
0 kills, but you
win.
still technically won.
100%.
That has happened to me once.
You grabbed a shadow stone and you stood in the same spot the entire time.
You've been waiting this entire episode to make a Shadowstone reference.
Yes, I have
Jesus
not been able to
Christ.
get it in. I needed to get it in.
All right,
I think I have to go with shadow people as well.
I think that's fair.
Family
I would-
visitor, physical creature versus
Again, like the not the being less like physical and more
shadow person could torment the
corporeal,
Vanmeter visitor to
fourth
the end of
dimensional.
time.
I don't really know the word that I'm
Yeah,
looking for there, but
interdimensional. I
like
don't
yeah,
know. I
something
don't
weird in there. I'd go shout out people too. This one's weird because people are for sure seeing something.
Mhm.
And it bothers me that it's shaped like a human, but like Morgan said earlier, like what else are you going to see?
Before Thursday, I'm going to see a shadow person, and it's going to piss me off.
Because you can't talk about it on air.
Yes.
So the time before, We talked about the Vanmeter visitor and the Mothman. And we put that on social media for the poll to see who everybody else would think would win.
Yes, we did.
Do you have that information, Connor?
I have the information, Jacob.
Then why are you looking at me and not your computer where said information is located, Connor?
I looked at you to cue music, but that's my job.
Yeah, I don't. Again, audio based. We have no way of me marking this in the future to.
Jacob, remind me to put the music in. All right, on Facebook, pretty tight. Mothman 57%.
That's pretty close. 43, 57.
Yeah, pretty close. I don't remember what we voted on.
We ended up with Mothman, I think, because it was like we kind of thought both of them were like Vanmeter visitor.
Oh yeah.
We kind of like ended up on the side of both of them being like fourth dimensional entities.
Yeah.
But because there was like sightings of the Mothman in Chicago in 2017 and the like 50 reports.
What happened?
You'll have to listen to the episode, Morgan.
Do you have those results up? Did we talk about that? We talked about Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter.
Jesus Christ, this is bad.
This was a little bit.
This is real bad.
We got some Mothman lovers over on Twitter.
What about Twitter?
78% Mothman, 22% Vanmeter visitor.
Okay.
I just don't think they're aware of the Vanmeter visitor over on Twitter. I think they need a little bit
but
more
again,
research.
like I think the
Vanmeter visitor is a little bit more
the fourth
physical.
dimensionality of them is kind of
They're different
hard
planes.
to say, and the Vanmeter visitor feels a little more physical, like you said, than the Mothman does, versus like a fourth dimensional entity or interdimensional entity or however the fuck I don't know. Big words. Insert words I don't understand. Hiccup here. Like I don't know. It's all above my head, and I'm a fucking idiot. That's about all I got. We've consumed a half of this massive bottle of vodka.
Wait.
This was unopened, yes.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode.
If you want to get your 2 cents in, answer this week's polls on social media.
You can find us on Twitter at Count Cryptid or Counting Cryptids on Facebook.
If you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, or you just want to chat, you can email us at countingcryptids@hotmail.com.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and tell your friends.
He's been Connor.
He's been Jacob.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for another fascinating installment of Counting Cryptids. I got kidnapped by a cat!